I am feeling like I just need to slow down and get into journaling mode, I'll do some of that scribbling. I might just scribble with my non-dominant hand, and then all of a sudden some feelings will start to come up, or I'll get in touch with an issue in my life that I really want to deal with right now. So then I'll just go from scribbling right into this next exercise. Which is to draw a challenge in your life on a new piece of paper. A challenge that you have been either chronically dealing with or something that is recent. And you're going to draw a picture of it. And you don't really know yet. Don't plan in advance. Oh, I'm going to draw a picture of this because it represents that. You don't really know yet. This is more like the dream state. And that's why I like to call this dreaming on paper. What you just did was dancing on paper, but this is dreaming on paper. Why do I say dreaming? Well, there are two kinds of dreams. There's the nocturnal dreams at night, and then there are the dreams that are our heart's desires. Okay? And the dreams at night come from a very deep unconscious place. And that's why they're so pure and so valuable, because the left brain is not in the way. It's not in there editing. It's not coming from your persona or the masks that you wear or the roles that you play. The dreams come from a very deep soul place. It's the soul talking. And so this does the same thing. If you allow yourself to not try to perform or make a picture of something, and just allow the challenge to show itself to you the way it would in a dream, then you'll really be able to catch the gold that's buried there. And that's what we're doing here. We're dreaming on paper when we do these kinds of exercises. This is all based in art therapy. And the whole point about the arts therapies is to get to the unconscious through the language of the unconscious, which is dreams and the arts. And if anybody in here has ever read Carl Jung's work or seen his Red Book, which was his own journal, it's very clear that the language of emotions is in the arts and in dreams at night. And of course, there's nothing better to interpret dreams than the arts, because they're talking the same language, really. Images, and dreams come to us in visual images, kinesthetic experiences. And that's what we're doing here. We're dealing with the same kind of elements that we encounter in dreams. So this is, as far as I'm concerned, this and voice dialogue and dramatic role-playing, that sort of thing, are the best means of deciphering dreams at night. The other kind of dreams, the ones that have to do with your heart's desire, your bucket list, as we now say, are really coming from the same place. Because we often don't know what our true heart's desire is. We think we do. But our thoughts are so shaped by our culture, family, expectations of others, etc., that it's hard for us to really get in touch with what is our true heart's desire. And that will often come through in dreams at night, and it'll often come through in this work. And of course, I have a whole book about that called Visioning, creating, that's where you're creating the life that you want from your inner images. And we'll do a little bit of that at the end of the day, not with collage, but with drawing. So right now, I'd like you to draw a challenge that you're dealing with in your life right now, and just let it come out in some visual form. As I said, it might be scribbling, it might be an abstract image, or it might be something representational. I just want to show you an example of what I'm talking about here. This book starts with what you just did. This man was doing the scribbling exercises, and then he was writing about it. And all of his writing was critical of it. That's why I mentioned earlier, that thought might come in. He said he liked his journal and all that. And then he says, after he scribbles, this drawing's a mess. I shouldn't waste this journal with such lousy art. Wasting paper is another big deal that the critic likes to harp on. And then he does another scribble, and bring on the scratch paper. Now he doesn't want to mess up his journal with all this ugly art. Well, he did that for a while, and this is what he ended up with. Wow. He ended up with a real drawing of how he really felt. And he was going through a divorce. His wife had asked for a divorce. And he was acting really new agey and doing affirmations and, acting real, zen and detached and all that. It was a bunch of bullshit. He was hurting inside, and this is what he drew. Okay? He never would have gotten there if he hadn't sat down with that journal and done that scribbling and then just allowed himself to put on paper how he felt. He would have gone on, I'm sure, just, meditating, pretending everything was fine. Okay? But he really got down to it. And the name of this picture is I Feel Like a Small, Helpless, Neglected Animal Crying.